Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Why you so stressed? It's not that serious. And free your mind. It's gonna be alright. Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Find a tribe. Find a tribe.
You're listening to Glow 93.9 FM. It is 31 minutes gone by the 4 o'clock hour. It's your girl Marisha here in your company here on this beautiful Thursday. It's the first of the month. Y'all remember that song? I showing my age. Yeah, I showing my age. Y'all, it's July 1st. It's 2021. We still in a pandemic. We still in a pandemic. But listen, I don't have on my pandemic clothes today. I told y'all I refuse to be clothed in a pandemic. So I'm excited to be alive. You should be too. You should be excited to be alive. You should be excited because, listen, the reason that you are able to inhale and exhale is because God still has something amazing that he wants to do in and through your life. So you should be excited. You should be grateful. And we should all be taking the posture to seek out what it is that God still has for us to do in the earth. Purpose is still alive and well on the inside of each and every one of us. You are tuned into Girl Talk. Just in case you did not know, it's officially Girl Talk time here on Glow 93.9 FM. And my guest is already in studio. I'm going to bring her on camera for those of you that are tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter in just a few moments. But of course, you know, like I do every week, I gotta tell y'all how I met this person. And this is gonna be interesting because we never really officially really like met like that. We just kind of, well, she is who she is, I am who I am, we know one another, and there's an existence of both of us, and our existence is met. And that's just kind of how things I guess you could say came together. I've always been kind of in the corner there stalking her on social media for years, actually. When I found out that she was a teacher, I was like, wow, like that's cool, because there was a point in time in my life when I was in COB doing a music education degree, but Jesus said no, and it's okay. It's okay that he said no, and took me along other paths. But hey, listen, this lady, she, like, I feel like she does everything. This is my opinion. I'm introducing her based upon how I feel. If you don't like it, that's your business. So I feel like she does everything. She does sing, she does teach, she does dance, she does dress up, she does fix hair, her own hair. Y'all don't ask her to fix your hair now. Y'all just run out. When I see her fix her face is beat. She always looks fabulous. And then she's be cooking and thing. And then, you know, all of us have this like innate thing in us. We know how to shop. So she know how to shop. She know where to find the things, the places, and, you know, all that stuff. And then I see she's be working out and thing and telling people how to work out. And tell people come work out with her. And I just feel like, wow, okay. I honestly believe that there's nothing that this woman cannot do. But what I love the most about her is that she is authentically her. That's what I love the most. She's not afraid to be herself. And if you don't like it, bump you. So I'm so excited to welcome to Girl Talk on this beautiful first day of July, my girl, Bodine Victoria, y'all. Hey, Bodine, what you saying? You put on your glasses so you could see it.
I couldn't see. Hi, everybody. So, Marisha, I'm sitting here listening to you, and I can see your mouth moving.
Right.
And I can see just, you know,
right.
the outline. And then I was like, you know what? Vanity right now.
Right.
Yeah, let's put that to the side. Let's go with vision, okay? We gotta see. But thank you so much for having me here.
Listen, I'm so excited. Thank you. You cute too.
I love
these jeans. They're fabulous, and your nails are gorgeous.
Listen, my nail tech got me in and out in 20 minutes. I was like,
What you
on a mission
mean?
today.
20 minutes
20 minutes.
today?
Today.
That's
Check my
powerful.
stories. This is powerful. And they clean. Y'all look at it. They nice.
Those are
and clean.
nice.
Thank you.
What you mean 20 minutes though? I can need you to explain that one to me.
I said, Jackie, I got something to do today, and I cannot be late.
She
cannot
give you a
be-
fill and a polish in 20 minutes?
Well, I don't do polish.
Okay.
I don't do polish.
So that's just acrylic.
It's just acrylic. I always get this exact same color acrylic. One, for my budget. Two, because I'm always cooking. So I don't want, you can imagine your good gel polish,
Right.
After 2 or 3 days, and gel is expensive.
Right.
It's starting to peel off, and I'm a picker, so I will pick the polish off of my nails. So
I
no,
got you.
this cost effective, because otherwise she'd pay a mortgage off of me.
Right.
I want contribute it.
But you won't pay it.
I want pay it. Okay.
I got you. So 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Fill, and she break them down, fill them, polish them, put me under the UV light, and had me out. I was able to run 2 errands before I got here. That's it. I had her
Wow.
budgeted for about 40 minutes to an hour. She cut that to
Wow.
20 minutes.
My producer is telling me to pull your mic up just a little bit for me.
No
Bodine, so
problem.
we can
No
hear you clearly.
problem. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up. Yeah, just like that.
Is that better?
I should know better because I couldn't hear myself, but I thought after being in radio for so long, you're supposed to know
You're
better,
supposed to
right?
know. It's okay.
But I just thought that the headphones
No.
was a little bit low.
No,
Say
your
less, fam.
You're good now. She's
Uh-huh.
good. Thank you so much, Mr. Producer. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna be like the other talk show hosts on the station and call your name. I just appreciate you. You're the greatest. God bless you and your family.
Yes. Okay, microphone.
Be a good microphone today. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
listen, I'm so excited to have you here today. I had to think about it because I do this with everybody. I had to think
Mhm.
about the moment that we first met.
Mhm.
And there were so many different places that came to mind. I know it was at a concert somewhere.
It was a concert. It was either Independence or the Power of One.
I thought it was Power of One, but I was like, no, I met her before Power of One.
I think it was Independence.
So I feel like it was Clifford Park somewhere.
Yes, it was Clifford Park.
But then I also felt like I saw you somewhere on another island too, somewhere. I feel like
Was it Exuma? Because I know
or
D-Mac did.
Freeport or somewhere.
It could have been
Kitsuma.
Freeport.
I don't know. Like I just feel like there were so many places that I saw you.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, I don't know, like, just we see each other.
Yeah.
So the one memory that stood out to me, and this was not the first time we met, but this was probably the first time we had like enough time to like actually talk and have an exchange.
Right.
Was at the event that Zaymar does with the high school band competition.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I remember that we had an opportunity to talk then,
Mhm.
and I was like, but Bodine knows who I am. Like, for real, for real. No, seriously, like I had that moment. I really did. And for y'all who judging me, I don't care. But I was like, oh, so she knows me. Like, she knows me.
Girl, I try to pay attention,
So I was like, oh, I mean, I must see his people, like, it's like Bodine know me. And she like, and it's a big thing to me.
Mhm.
You may not understand, but it's a big thing to me when people say hi to me and they pronounce my name properly, because I feel like you know me for real. So like when you saw me, it wasn't like, hey Marisha, you was like, hey Marisha, how are you? And I was like, she know me. She's
Wow.
my people.
Yes.
I know a long time. They're
We as
people is
we as
fine.
people.
So I was like, oh my gosh, she didn't mess up my name. I love her already.
Oh my goodness. But if I would have wanted you to correct me, and I
I do
never
it,
would have
but
messed up your name ever again in life.
Bahamians are lazy.
But phonetics, I try to use it.
Well, you know what? I honor the Lord for your use of phonics, and I'm just so grateful. But listen, that was my first memory of really having an opportunity to talk to you, and that's when it hit me. I was like, Bodine, cool, man. She's cool people.
Thank you.
She cool.
You know what, Marisha? It's so funny because at events, if I'm not working, I'm always in the corner.
Right.
I am very socially awkward if I'm not actively working.
Really?
And people don't believe me when I say that. It's just that social interactions physically drain me.
Oh. Okay. You're an introvert?
I'm very introverted.
Ah,
So I'm
okay.
good with people one-on-one.
But when it's like plenty people.
When it's plenty people in an enclosed space and I'm expected to interact with them,
Right.
I get nervous. I break
Mhm.
out in hives. People don't see it.
Wow.
I try to hold it together, but I panic. I'm instantly in a panic.
Hold on. How does that work when you on a stage?
That's different. That's completely
Like,
different.
It's a stage.
It's a stage.
But
So,
people looking at you.
I don't mind when I am intentionally performing.
You
I don't mind.
that.
I am comfortable there.
But you couldn't just be in the crowd with all them people.
No, I can't do it. I cannot do it.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I am a wallflower. When I tell people this, they refuse to believe it, but I need people to understand when people tell you who they are,
Believe them.
please believe them.
Believe them. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
I think the interaction that we had was just me, you, and one or two other people.
Yes.
So I was comfortable enough to say hi and to engage with you
yes.
on a
yes.
one-on-one basis and be genuine in that interaction.
Right.
And that's important for me.
Mhm.
I don't feel as though it's genuine for me to sit down and have a conversation with people that I do not know and try to figure out what to talk with them about.
I got you. I got
Yes.
you. I got you.
So I was familiar with your music.
wow.
You know, we play it. Well, at Island, we play it, especially on a Sunday morning.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, I'm not there anymore, but I'm just saying,
Okay.
you know, and then you get to watch. But I also feel as though it's a sign of respect to know your colleagues in the business.
That's
especially,
big, Bodine. That's
Yeah,
really
man.
big.
Yeah, man. You know, I don't want to pull a Mariah Carey and be petty like,
Yeah.
never heard of her. Because you know, she's the queen of shade.
Yes, she is.
And she was talking about one of the biggest current names in pop at the time when she dropped that line. So that was really, really petty. But I don't want to be that
we
person.
We do that.
Yeah, we do that.
sometimes.
And I don't believe in doing that to people. If you're somebody who has an energy that I just find interesting to the
Mhm.
point of negative interesting,
Right.
I'm gonna withdraw myself and just keep to myself and be nice and
But you don't go
cordial.
pretend like you don't know them.
Oh no. No,
Okay.
I don't feel like you should be disrespectful
I got you.
intentionally. Like
I
no,
got you.
we ain't gonna do that. Because
I
you
got
never know.
you.
People never forget the way you make them feel.
No, they don't.
So don't make people feel small.
And we you know, sometimes we do a really bad job of that because you know, as Bahamians, we prideful and you know,
Mm-hmm.
we want you to address us before before we address you. Like,
Yes.
you hail me first, because if you don't hail me, I hail you.
Yes.
And I used to be that person.
Oh really?
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I used to be that person that didn't understand that because of who I am and the place that God has put me in. No, that means you got to heal people first now, because your acknowledgement of them does something for them.
Mhm.
I didn't see myself as that person. I saw myself as the person who needed to be acknowledged.
Oh wow.
But now I guess I am the acknowledger.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's so weird.
Hard.
It's so weird because you would just want to be very low key, minding
Yeah,
your
like
own
I
business.
really want to just go in the store and buy what I came here to buy.
Especially, I mean, don't pull the Monique with your bonnet on,
Oh,
you
my
know, unless you
gosh.
really want to.
I know, right?
Do what you want to do, sweetie, but don't miss
Mm-mm.
and be out one day with just your slippers. And my slippers is make noise. I don't drag my slippers, but
Right.
these particular slippers I wear when I step, it lets air out.
Just like,
So yes. So don't be that dragon slippers that particular
Right.
day. Just trying to mind your business, trying to get one piece of chicken wing to go cook or something like that.
Listen, one little thing.
You know, you don't really want to see nobody. You
No.
think in a million thoughts, and people will catch feelings if you make
You gotta
eye
say
contact.
hi. You
Yeah,
gotta say hi. You gotta do it. I'm learning how to do it, y'all.
I
I'm
had to learn
learning.
too. Yeah,
Because people stare me down.
oh, for real.
And sometimes I'm not sure why they stare me down,
Mhm.
because sometimes they'd be like, oh, I like your hair, or your eyebrows are fabulous, or I like your nails. And sometimes I feel like they're just looking at me because they like something about me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always awkward, like, for me to be like,
Yes.
well, hi, because I don't know if you're looking at me because you know me, and you'd be
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I know her.
Or
Or you looking at me because you like something on me, or I don't
you
know.
look like somebody they may know.
Right.
You know.
So it's always weird. So I just, my blanket statement is now good afternoon or good
Mhm.
day, whatever part of the day is. I'd be like, hey,
Mhm.
hi.
You know how shame I just be. Sometimes you think people looking at you and they looking past you, and you hailing, and Marisha, you know, because sometimes people zone out.
Right.
And so it looks as though they're looking at you,
But-
but really and truly,
And then you like me, we four-eyed, so we can't tell.
sometimes,
My depth perception leaves when I take these things off.
ma'am, astigmatism.
I cannot.
Hey, girl.
I can't see. it where the bottom of the cup is or the top of the cup is, and I will pour until
Yeah.
the water spill on my hand.
Oh no. Listen, it is
Yeah.
what it is. And I get you. So, being kind to people, especially when you meet them, you
That's
can
really
walk, yeah,
important. Yeah.
you can walk up to me and I will say hello to you.
Mhm.
If I make eye contact with you, I will hail and I'll say
Mhm,
hello.
mhm.
I'm not good with extended conversations. I get tired. I zone out.
Wow.
I zone out. It's not intentional, but after maybe about a minute or two, it's not because I don't value what you're saying. My
You just-
brain automatically it just does this. So I hear wah, 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 wah. It's not
Wow,
intentional. Yes.
That's crazy.
So I normally tell people if it's anything important, it's not because I don't value what you're saying, but I say if there's anything important, please put in the email. I will read it.
That's important.
I will respond to it.
But don't just talk to you in person and expect you to. Oh wow. It's a good thing. It's a good thing for you to know yourself.
I know myself, and
It's a
so
good thing for you to know yourself.
in as much as people try to encourage you to be a bit more social, I really need people to extend the same grace to people like me.
Introverts like you, yeah.
Yeah, who have ways of being able to communicate very clearly when I'm not on stage, when I'm not doing a performance, or when I'm not working,
Mhm.
to allow me to express myself and then communicate with you in a way that you can also appreciate.
So can you and we're gonna get to the topic in a few
Mhm.
minutes, but are you comfortable standing in front of a room full of students? You're not awkward?
No, see, that's work. I'm actively engaged
I see
in
what you
doing
mean. I got
something.
you.
Like,
Okay.
as long as I'm working, I'm
got
actively
you.
doing something. But the minute I don't have anything to do,
It's awkward.
it's very awkward. I don't know what to do. Like, do I stand here? And so I would be at events with friends. For example, if I get invited to a friend's party and I know everybody there and we're all cool, but then you have little pockets of friends and
Right.
they're talking and they're
Right,
discussing things.
Right.
If I'm not asked a question directly, I'm zoned all the way out. I'm zoned all the way out. So it's to the point where
Am I that person?
are any of you that person?
Yeah.
Are any of you that person? Because I need to
Yeah,
know that I'm
yeah.
not
Am
alone.
I? Sometimes I am.
hmm
Like sometimes I could be like around people, and especially if they're having a conversation and I'm not participating in it,
hmm
I go to a different place.
Yeah. So
Where probably most times did I unplug the iron?
that's where you are.
I unplug the iron. Oh, I got like 2 loads of laundry to do when I go home.
Okay.
Oh, and I need to call the man
You
to fix
right.
this.
You're
and,
right.
And then I'll be like, and my tire was wobbling, so I need to go stop by one tire shop on my way home to go
You're
make
right.
sure.
And so you're trying to be
Everything
present in the
okay.
moment,
Yeah,
but
mm-mm,
sometimes I
mm-mm.
just go to just a blank space.
Really?
Yeah, I go complete silence in my head. I hear nothing. I see I see what's happening around me.
But
I'm
you're
aware.
just completely disconnected.
Completely
Wow.
disconnected.
Yeah,
So,
no, I go into a place of what I have to do
mhm.
or what I didn't do.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
there
two
was
extremes.
one time, it was so funny. I said it out loud.
Hmm.
Sometimes when you think your thoughts, I said it out loud. I was in a conversation with a couple of girlfriends, and I remember that I left my foundation in the car, and I was like, "Man, this is like I can't believe it. Leave my foundation in the car." and one of my friends was like, "What?
Yeah.
We
Random.
talking about babies, and you here, but you leave your foundation in the car." I be like, "Y'all know what has happened to makeup when it's sitting in the heat?" And this is what I thinking about. This
Bacteria.
a brand new bottle of foundation.
Melting and
in the car.
bacteria. Yes, I understand. Because that at that moment was your baby.
And listen, I was like, I come right back, y'all. I just can't go get my foundation. And I go and get my foundation and I stick it in my purse to be in the air condition where I was to make sure that my foundation was still good.
You
Because
know how much
I
foundation costs?
can need that to be good.
And you look like you was wearing a good foundation.
I swear to good.
Right,
good.
with a T.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
I
foundation.
understand.
So yeah, I have my moments of drifting as well.
This thing go with sense.
So man, but I just appreciate just how genuine you've always been in my interactions with you. And so I wanted to say that with you to your face, because a lot of times we tell other people about how we feel about individuals, so we don't ever get the opportunity to say it to their face. So I stalk you. I'm a fan.
Okay, it's so funny. Your eyes popped open just now, and it's like, okay, that's interesting.
Yes, I stalk you on social media.
Mhm.
All of your little videos and stuff. I watch them,
Well, thank you.
and I think I am going to try to make me some patties very soon.
Do it, do it.
I just gotta make sure that I use some kind of gluten-free flour because I've been
Yeah.
off gluten
For a while.
from February.
Oh, congrats.
It's a little rough. It's a little-
See, I got to do my research because the thing is, glue.
you need a bonding agent.
Yeah, you do. I do need to do my research, but I watch enough YouTube. I need to do but I do need to do my
Yeah.
research because you can get. It ain't gonna be the exact same consistency, but
No,
you can
but
get
I've
a
heard it could
similar,
be similar,
yeah,
yeah.
a similar consistency. But
So I'm gonna try my hand at it because when I look at it, I was like, Bodine just throw this together like this was no big deal. Like,
it was quick. I didn't even know. And you know who I watched that taught me that? Ellie. She's a fellow chef, Elvianne Pinder.
Yes, I've heard of
So
her.
yeah, she's a home chef, right?
Yeah.
So Ellie posted it, and I was like, man, Ellie make this look too simple, man. This
Yeah.
ain't for
And that's
real.
how I felt about you. I was like, Bodine make this seem like cooking white rice. Like
Yeah.
this ain't no big deal.
And I just cook white rice in the rice cooker now. I ain't cooking that on no stove no more. I can tell you that now. Get yourself a rice cooker.
Wow.
So she made it look easy, and then I tried it her way, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's easy.
Right, it was easy. And so when I did mine, I said, well, this is Ellie's recipe. I just added a couple things to it.
Right.
Because I don't believe in stealing from people.
Right.
If I am inspired by it, you ain't gonna say I steal it.
No.
You gonna know where I get it from.
Right.
And it's gonna be in the caption or whatever it is that I do,
Mhm.
which is something that we could talk about too.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
we too like thief pirates here in the
And
Bahamas.
steal
We like thief and steal and
and rob
rob
and take ownership.
and take ownership.
Yeah.
So that's why the ingredient list is not in the actual video.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
you go and you find Ellie's highlight if you're really, really interested, and you
you'll
follow
see,
Ellie's
yeah,
recipe, and then you just add what I added. I added ginger, I added garlic, and that made all of the difference in the flavor profile.
nice. I'm gonna
and the
try
crust.
it. I'm gonna
Yes.
try it.
Do it.
Because I love patties and I've been sneaking and eating them and being in severe pain.
Oh,
So
they said hunger is pain, but no,
no,
let's
I
not do
can't.
that.
Yeah, no, I
There's a
can't
better
do it.
way.
So yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely have to try it. So you've been inspiring me.
Thank you.
Inspiring me. So I want to dive into today's conversation.
Mhm.
I observed something that you posted one day. I think you were talking about some hair products.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about how you use every bit of that product to the last drop and you make sure the jar is completely empty because you have to get your money's worth. And I remember watching this video and I remember looking at it and I'm like, something? It's like Bodine really doing everything. There is nothing that she's not doing. And that's actually that video that I watched that day was actually the inspiration to pull you on the show, because I was like, okay, I can need Bodine to come and talk to her girlfriends and tell her girlfriends how she promoting people hair products store, jewelry, clothes, earrings. I mean, yesterday she did opening a Rubens. I said, how Bodine get
They call me.
to Rubens? And I mean, like she cooking, and what I love about it is she cooking in her pots. Them pots which you don't want people to see. She cooking in her pot, and if you don't want to see the pot close, because that's how the pot look. This how my kitchen look. This how the stove look. If you don't want to see it, that's your business. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional cook. I cook in my kitchen like how y'all just cook in your kitchen.
Thank you.
And I'm just like watching this stuff, and I'm like, and these people giving Bodine things to cook, and she ain't paying for this. I was like,
Look at God.
she eating for free. She getting clothes for free. She getting jewelry for free. Bodine, I can need you to come tell me how you doing this, because I shot and you use that hair product to the last drop, and that's like, and Bodine getting these hair products for free.
Make no mistake. Make no mistake.
And I'm like, this. You know what? This is the life that I want to live. I want to be able to say that this amazing product that I use, I did not pay $1 for, and this is, brought to you by so and so, such a place for this amount. And I was like, Bodine, you doing it. And what I love about it is that you're excited about it.
yeah, man, you got to be excited about what you do. So let me just say,
Mm-hmm.
I get paid for what it is that I do. There are some persons that I work with, smaller brands that
Right.
cannot afford to pay,
Right. So they would
but
give you some kind
in
of product
kind.
or something.
And
Yeah.
then the product that I produce for them, because it's not necessarily free, I still have to produce something
Right.
in exchange for what it is that they give me.
Correct.
Even if it is something that is a barter. So yeah.
Okay.
So let's say it ain't free. It's a
Right.
barter.
Right.
And if not, then it is paid with product, because
I got
it's
you.
two things. So for those of you who are listening who are interested in influencer work,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up being an influencer during the pandemic because I am primarily an entertainer. I have my platform because I am an entertainer. I hosted television. I
Yes.
travel, and I tell
Yes.
people where they can go. You can see Fabulous Living Bahamian Style, the reruns. They are playing on ZNS. I'm an actress, so you can watch me on Cable 12 with Where in the
Right.
World is Wally.
Yes. Yes.
I was in radio at one point. I had a radio show.
Nice.
And, I sing. So I would go from Andros to Exuma, like you would do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I gained my following.
Mm-hmm.
But the pandemic forced all of us to sit still
Yeah.
for a year and a half. We
My
were
gosh.
unable to travel
Some
for
of
a
us
year and a half.
We
Right.
still.
And so, right, because I ain't going nowhere right now. I got
Yeah,
things to do. That whole
exactly.
year, something. I would like to think that last year was God saying, "Okay, Bodine, let's put a pause. Put a pause right here," because let me tell you something. The things that were lined up that I had been working on for 2 years, courting for 2 years. Exactly.
Yeah.
They came to a standstill, and now afterwards, people's priorities are in
Have
different
shifted,
places.
yes.
So with what I do now, because of my entertainment platform, I'm able to influence people.
That's really
Part-
good.
Thank you. Part of what I do in terms of influence is generated because of my desire to completely be genuine. I'm going to be transparent.
Yes.
Transparent, but at the same time, you can't have access to every little bit of me because I still have to maintain some semblance of privacy.
Got you.
But what you will get is my interest for cooking.
Mm-hmm.
What you will get is my interest in supporting local Bahamian products.
Yes.
What you will get is my desire to work with corporate Bahamas.
Nice.
And especially corporate Bahamas that is engaged actively in helping small communities
That's
of
really
people.
good. Really, really good.
I do not take sponsorships, money, brand opportunities from brands that I do not believe in, I do not support,
Wow.
that are questionable. I do not do that. So you're not going to see something that is off brand for me. You can't pay me enough for that. You will not see something on my social feeds that I personally would not use. You cannot pay me for that. I am not a newspaper.
Well.
I am not a radio station.
Well.
I am a woman, a human being,
Right.
with a specific set of interests that have different branches
and standards.
and
Yeah.
standards. And so with bartering, there is an exchange of my services as somebody that can post
Mhm.
what it is that you are offering, especially if I like it, to my platform.
Nice.
That could be on my stories or as a dedicated video or as a one-off photo on my timeline.
Okay.
There are paid contractual services where you provide me the product that I'm supposed to be promoting. That does not come out of my fee. And then I charge you a fee for my creative work because it takes time to plan how you're going to present the content. There are some things that come out organically. I'm at your event. I ate at your restaurant. I took this picture of the food and I like the picture. The picture, it represents your brand well. It represents me well, so I can post this.
Mhm.
And then there are other times when I have to put on makeup. I have to get dressed. What color scheme are we going with? Should I consider
Right.
your brand colors?
Yeah.
What is the narrative? So what we do, especially with me having a background in I don't want to say reporting, but I have a background in journalism.
Okay.
You
I
know,
didn't know that. That's cool.
Well, I'll tell you about that. Stick a pin right there.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Stick a pin right there, because when you hear what my degree is in, and then you hear how I get here, you'll be like, "What happened?" And I'd be like, "Well, God didn't stop me from going to do that." So
Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. So I have to curate those things.
Yeah.
I have to think about it. I have to upgrade, let's say, my cell phone. I have to charge you. This is primarily where most of my work is done.
Mm-hmm.
I have to charge you enough per unit for if I have to replace my phone at a moment's notice. I have to have money to replace this. If this gets broken, if this falls in water, I have to replace this immediately. I'm not going to charge you with the whole phone cost, because that's not how business works.
Correct.
But built into the price that I charge per post or per unit, I would have what the cost of this would be in that per unit. I hope that makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
That's
And-
interesting.
Yeah. And I think that as business people, we don't consider all of the small things that we have to replace, that we need access to. I cannot call a client and say, "Hey, I need a new cell phone. It have to be this particular type, valued at X amount." I can't call them and do that, because that's not in our agreement, our contract.
Understood. Yeah.
And then I don't want to have a credit with you, and then I have to turn around and provide work for you to be able to compensate for this
That's good.
free thing.
That's good.
So you need these are things and considerations you have to make. What we as creatives do now, especially in this time frame, is we operate like a marketing company in some respects.
Correct.
We operate like an advertising agency in some respects.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you sit down and you consider that when you choose an influencer, or you choose an entertainer, or you choose somebody to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not give a script to, you say, "Listen, I'm going to give this to you. I like what you do. Just do what you got to do."
So people are paying for your personality.
They're paying for your personality, but
Mhm.
also your ability to communicate clearly visually.
Nice.
That's not a skill that everybody has. So for me, I have the ability, and I'm learning to take photos. I have the ability to edit. I have the ability to write caption. I have the ability to write copy. I have the ability to market, and I have the ability to reach.
Wow.
So these are the things that you are getting in exchange for whatever it is that I charge you, whether that's a barter or a paid service.
Okay. So first of all, how did you even get to the place where you was like, I can stand in the front of my phone with it on a stand with a mic on me and some extra lighting,
Uh-huh.
and I can cook?
Well, funny story.
Okay.
The very first time that I cooked on camera was the Christmas special for, I think it was Zedness at the time, because Cable Bahamas was in here, for Reno
Oh,
Ferguson.
Jesus, this is long time.
It was long time. I think I was 19.
Wow.
For
Okay.
Reno, I think was either 19 or 20. I can't remember which one of us is the older.
Right.
And then Donald Knowles was there. We were in his kitchen, not Donald's, Ferreno's parents' kitchen.
Wow.
Yes. And we did a carrot cake recipe. This, I think, was 2001. I think this is like 2001. Yeah.
Wow.
That's when we did it.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. So when I tell people I have 20 years in entertainment, I'm not lying. It's 20 years. We were baking a carrot cake, and Ferreno had just started his show called Caribbean Flavor, which I was the host of.
Okay.
And
okay.
we were trying to get, sponsors and, visibility or whatever.
Mhm.
And I had just come from my pageant days. So I was
wait, sorry.
oh
Par-
boy.
Pardon me.
Mhm.
Sorry, pardon me. Pageant.
Yeah, girl. As a pageant girl.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
I did Miss Teen Bahamas twice, and then I did Miss Gospel Bahamas.
You're lying.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow,
Yes,
okay.
I did Miss Gospel Bahamas. And it's so funny. My friend, oh Lord, why I won't call her name now. She sings. Oh, I can't call her name, but she normally is be with the fire starter.
Okay.
Anyway, I can call her name later. She said to me behind the stage one day, she said, Bodine, I don't even know why you in this pageant. All us dressed up in our gowns, She said, you know, and I know you ain't no Miss Gospel Bahamas. And I sat down there and I said, you know what? You right, I didn't belong in no Miss Gospel Bahamas. It wasn't, it was something that I did because I wanted a bit more refinement.
Right.
And I needed to smoothen out because I was really rough as a little girl. I was
Okay,
rough.
Okay.
Um,
Miss Gospel Bahamas.
Miss Gospel.
Wow. There's a whole generation that don't even know what Miss Gospel Bahamas is about.
Listen, they ain't know, but all of them could tell you. All of Samantha Poitier, and I won't call. Yes, right? Okay.
Gosh.
Yeah, Samantha Poitier and I were like this during that time, and so I was there, and she said that, and I was like, you know what? You're right. So we finished the pageant circuit, went into Caribbean Flavor. That's how I got in front of a microphone and in front of a camera.
Wow. I did
I
not know this about you. I'm learning a whole lot right now.
for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from there, I started to write for the Nassau Guardian and the Tribune. Sir Charles Carter, he was just Mr. Carter at the time when I worked at Island FM.
Sorry, Pam.
Uh-huh.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Push pause.
hmm
I can't stick a pin, so we got push pause.
Uh-huh.
You're ready, then stick a pin, so the pin doesn't.
Okay, right
You
there.
only got one pin.
Uh-huh.
So you were writing.
Yeah.
So how?
We had a nightlife scene in Nassau that was not being addressed in the news at the time.
So you wrote concerning that.
Oh, yes, I did. And the way I got that job with Mr. Carter is I ended up working at Island FM. I started to write. He knew that I wrote well. And it's so funny because all of my lecturers in the College of the Bahamas said, Bodine, why are you taking religious studies as your major? You are a language arts
Sorry,
teacher.
pardon me. You what was your major at the College of the Bahamas, ma'am?
My major was religious studies and secondary education. I am a trained religious studies teacher. Everybody laughs when they hear this.
Oh, okay. So Bodine is teaching children about Jesus.
Used to.
Used to.
I teach language and literature now.
What? What? What?
I
Okay.
mean, I have the skills.
Right.
Every principal
Okay.
that walked in to watch me teach was like, why are you teaching religion? You're an English teacher. Because of the way that I taught. I taught for comprehension and understanding, and then content. So you're just saying. So
Okay.
I was writing for the newspaper about the nightlife scene. I wrote opinion pieces on
Okay,
womanhood.
nice.
Yeah. I wrote a piece about being sexually harassed at work.
My lord, my lord,
Listen,
my lord.
I got stories here because, child, I was always the juicy fruit.
You got stories.
Okay then. Thanks. We could talk with them later.
Yeah, we can't talk with them one now.
Yeah.
Because y'all just figure people out.
Figure people out, and then some of y'all be like, not my good, whoever, and I'd be like,
Nice.
let me tell you something. They lucky cameras didn't exist.
I saw somebody post something the other day, and they said, the post said it was a woman. She was holding up a sign, and she
Mhm.
says, "How come every girl, every woman has a friend who was raped, but
Mhm.
no men have friends who are rapists?"
Okay then. Because the story has changed. Okay then.
And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, that is so real.
Mhm.
Because when we think about it, we think about our girlfriends, we could think about at least one or two of them who have been sexually harassed, molested, or raped
Mhm.
at some point in time in their journey into womanhood. But none of our male friends will ever say, well, oh yeah, that's my boy.
Yep.
He raped that girl. Because
Mhm.
anyway, but that's a whole
That's a whole, because my first encounter with something like that happened when I was 12. The second one happened when I was 16. And it took a while for you to learn how to stand up for yourself and how to fight.
Yeah.
And
how to address it.
yes. And address it without making somebody feel as though they're gonna be angered
Right.
and
right.
lash out at you.
Right. And there's a
There's
method.
a lot. There's a method.
So
we shouldn't have to, but we do.
You were writing.
Mhm.
You were educated as a religious knowledge teacher
Mhm.
at the College of the Bahamas,
Mhm.
writing for a newspaper.
Two.
Two newspapers, not to be confused with one.
Right.
Two.
Uh-huh.
two of the like most major newspapers at that time.
I still got the clippings. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I just, wow, I'm just like, I'm in awe. So you, it's not hard. Like, it makes sense now. I'm sorry, y'all, if my thoughts seem very disjointed. I just get a whole new
Yeah, you
information,
gotta.
and now I'm processing everything
I love it.
because it makes sense, because your ability to create content in line with like your captions are amazing.
Thank you. They's be long though. I try to cut them down sometimes.
I read your captions. There are
Thank
two
you.
people. Everybody else, y'all, please don't be mad at me. But there are two people whose captions I read. I read your captions and I read Anastasia Palacios's captions
Listen,
because
caption
they
queen.
speak deep.
Caption. She's have me so convicted. I'd be like, Mother
Wow.
Star, really? You just really
Yeah,
Star?
like,
Which
oh
one?
my gosh.
Listen, Star be out here just
She's just-
snatching edges and wigs.
Exactly.
I don't even wear
So,
edge control.
I live for y'all captions because it's inspirational for me too. Because I'm I love Jesus. I save. My captions is be safe all the
Mhm.
time. I can't help it. That's
It's-
just who I am.
Mama, that's you do you.
That's who I am. And I'm always like, I read y'all captions and I'd be like, this is so nice. Like, and it's just like it pulls me in. And I am one of those weird people that will admire the way somebody puts words together.
Mm-hmm.
Or you did a post the other day and you posted the awkward picture. And I was like, I would never do that. I would never post a picture where I have 17 chins and, my 5 rolls on the side are showing and everybody sees that, like when I don't have on my shapewear, I have like, 17 rolls down here too. Like,
I got 5 in the back. I look at them the other day and I was like, we got to get in the pool. We got to swim.
Yes.
Yes.
So like, I've just admired the way that there's a finesse, the way that you present the content that you present. It's remarkable to me. And it makes sense now.
Thank you.
Your background in writing and all of that stuff in journalism. And then I didn't even know, first of all, I didn't even know you worked for a radio station. So that's like,
No, it's okay. I had the night shift. So plenty people, like my night shift was Friday evening when everybody was out clubbing.
Right.
Or they was at home taking a nap.
Right.
And so our audience on a Friday evening was very niche. It was people in the hotels, overnight shift people. At one point, my shift went until midnight.
Wow.
Yeah. So that
night radio used to be a thing. Isn't that amazing?
yeah,
it's not a thing anymore.
No, because
Wow.
everybody home playing PS5 and
Right.
stuff.
And there's
I'm watching
podcasts now.
Right.
And
I love podcasts though.
Scrolling through. I love podcasts too. This is
Yeah.
actually going to go end up on our podcast. Because we
Yay!
have a podcast.
I love it.
So, wow. So you've been creating,
Mhm.
you've been writing for years.
Yes.
And so it wasn't strange for you to make this transition during the pandemic at all then.
Well, no, you would find, for example, it's just like going on a radio remote.
Yeah.
You have something, they give you a script, they say, okay, this is what we're selling.
Talk
And that's
about
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about it. And so what I do with my page is I try to ensure that, let's say you have small business brands, you mentioned jewelry, accessories,
Yes,
clothing,
right.
and things like that.
Mhm.
There are a lot of young creatives that are really trying to stay afloat.
Right.
And you would see that if you look at my projects and things that I've been involved with,
Mhm.
I have always been interested in and dedicated to being able to promote businesses, mostly female led and female owned businesses,
Mm.
but more importantly, businesses that lend themselves to Bahamian culture. So I have a specific style of earring that I wear. I'm wearing one by Kinkovia now.
Nice. Those are cute.
Thank
Those
you.
are fabulous.
Thank you. And they're handmade,
Nice.
I like handmade things. So before
So they're unique and one of a kind, original.
well, you could get some similar to this, but none would be exactly the same. I don't even know she has these, but she still has these because I got these last year.
Nice.
But earrings, accessories, and things like that. Now, please understand. I am not going to take everybody free things and wear it because y'all try to give it to me to post. That's not how this works. People think that's how it works, but that's not how it works.
Interesting.
So you would want to ensure that when it comes down to the items that you pick and the people that you promote, it's things that you would genuinely use and people that you would genuinely support. If I wouldn't go in your store and buy something from you, you ain't gonna make it up on my page. And so I
That's
budget.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I budget and I buy from your brand just because I like you, and I tag you just because I like it.
Right.
Yeah, you know?
Right.
And a lot of people, I've had somebody say to me, Bodine, thank you so much because my business was not doing
Oh,
well.
wow.
And you posted it, and I saw the traffic come. And that week, I didn't know how I was going to buy groceries.
That's powerful.
So we don't know who's watching or what the platform
What kind
is,
of
and stuff
influence,
like that makes
yeah.
me happy because sometimes
Yeah.
I don't have money to give people.
Right.
I don't have it.
It's true.
You know,
It's true.
I ain't gonna sit down here and say, listen, I ballin', you can see me on a boat. Bodine is home because Bodine don't have it to be playing cute on social media. Just for clout.
Y'all like doing it for the grab, boy. Y'all could do
I
it for
ain't
the
gonna
grab.
do it. Do it for
Y'all
the
can
gram.
do it.
I ain't gonna do it. Bodine ain't gonna do it. You can get realism.
That's good.
You're gonna get genuine, vibes. You're gonna get an idea of what my personal brand is about. And I think that's what people really, really enjoy about what it is that I do.
So how do you balance um how do you balance real life and real experiences outside of representing a brand? That's I think the thing that I'm currently struggling with. I recognize that wherever I go, I represent a brand.
Mhm.
Now, my branding is completely different from yours, but in some ways similar. Everywhere I go, I'll be completely honest. I didn't always like it,
Mhm.
but I've accepted it now. That everywhere I go, somewhere, some way, somehow, somebody thinks, "Oh, that's Marisha. I should ask her something about Bishop Denzel Road." I'm like, okay, great. Can't run away from it.
No, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
It's who I am. It's who the Lord has called me to be.
Mhm.
Great, wonderful. And now apparently I've become the yeah, she on Glory 93.9 FM. Talk to her about that. Message her on her personal number about things concerning her place of employment. Because
Marisha.
that's what you do, And so I realize now that when I step out of the door, that those are the things that people connect me with. And then usually the next thing is somebody thinks, oh, she's a singer. Oh yeah, somebody told me that she does voice lessons. So I'm gonna ask her,
Mhm.
about that. And then I realize that these are the things that people
Associate
me with. They're not necessarily everything that I am,
you with. Mhm.
but these are the things that the majority of people know me
Mhm.
for. And so there are times when I just want to go to an event and I don't want to be
Marisha.
Marisha.
Yeah.
I want to be Rochelle. That's my middle name.
Yeah.
I want to be that girl that can sit down in an audience, not have somebody ask me how to get to my pastor and my boss, not have somebody ask me if Denzel Roll and friends could come sing to their concert, not have somebody ask me if I could come sing to their wedding and their funeral. And, can you come speak to my young people at my church? I just want to be
Rochelle.
like Rochelle. I want to sit down in a restaurant and eat food, and I want to
Yes.
see you, hail you, and be like, hey,
And you don't
still
talk
have-
over my food.
right, and still have like a genuine experience. I want to walk into your store. I want to buy a piece of clothing.
Mhm.
Yes, I promote certain clothing stores on my Instagram. No, I'm not going to promote you, even though I bought this thing
Correct.
from your store, because
We
I
can talk
really
about that later.
just want to come into your store, buy what I want, and
go.
leave.
Right.
So how do you still live genuinely without always having the pressure of being like Bodine, who people think, oh, she buys something from me, or oh, she here? How can I get her to do this? Like, how do you say no?
You know what? You know what? I have said to to certain people, I said, listen, thank you so much. No, I do not want your discount.
Oh,
I would like your discount, but no, if the expectation is that
you're
you
gonna
give me
get
the
something in exchange.
you're going,
yeah.
I said no, I actually do charge for these services. I understand that you would want to bring people in, but I do
Mhm.
charge for these services.
Mhm.
So now people respect me enough to say, listen, how much do you charge? Is there a way that we can barter? Okay. Can I provide you with
okay.
half? Because I've had somebody say to me before, oh, well, I want to give you some clothes to wear. I want you to take some pictures, for your Instagram, and then you could return it.
You're gonna go sell them clothes I take pictures of? Y'all know what is happening at photo shoots? Y'all know the perspiration and the
I don't care if I in my house on this photo shoot. You
gonna sell them clothes after I wear them.
like can we not do that? And
You
I love
You
your facial expressions, girl.
you go sell them. You go put them clothes on. Somebody can buy them.
Somebody could buy them, and then if I get makeup on the clothes while I taking it off, see, my modeling days they over.
Jeez.
My modeling days
No, that's
for people.
powerful.
Let me tell you something.
That's
This is
something.
what you paying for when you pay for somebody to post for you. Okay.
Right.
I am not somebody that just pop up yesterday.
Exactly.
I do not buy bots on my social media. I do not use hashtags right now because I noticed that there are so many bots spamming comments
Yeah.
that when I use hashtags,
They
the
come in,
actual
yeah.
interactions are skewed. So I don't use them unless you have a specific hashtag that you use for
That's
your
really good.
business. See, this thing go with sense.
Mhm.
So when you look at my analytics, you're going to say, oh, well, you only had 500 people, really see this. Dying the right number. It's more than that. But you only
Mhm.
had 500 people and then you
Mhm.
had 23 interactions.
Mhm.
I said, but there are 23 people in this age and this range at this time of the day interested in your product or in
Specifically
your
your product,
specifically.
not the general version of what you provide or what you do.
Thank you.
That's really good.
And in addition to that, I didn't pop up overnight. I didn't come here yesterday. You are paying for my eye and my creative talent. Please don't come at me sideways. Bodine ain't the one. I will politely tell you no. Sometimes I will not so politely tell you no. Okay? I will I try to be very polite. And people think that because I'm always smiling, usually smiling, not always. Usually smiling.
Mhm.
I have a very positive disposition. I try to post things and I try to keep really good energy there.
Yeah.
Because my community of women and to some degree men, they come there because it's a safe space for
Yes,
them. It's a
yes.
very safe space, and I try to
Yes.
engender that.
Mhm.
And so, please don't disrespect me. Please don't disrespect me. If I spend $110 on this outfit for you, don't pull my outfit that I paid for off of my page
And put it on.
and post it on yours, because I will politely have my lawyer send you a note to ask you to remove it. I literally have sitting there waiting to draft letters with that specific purpose. I have to,
Ah.
because people try to take advantage of you and they shouldn't. I've had people take pictures of my stew fish. They open in a restaurant and they take pictures of my stew fish
And put it in their menu and on their page.
and put it on their flyer. And I pick up the phone. I said, Sid, I said, deal with this. I send you a nice message, And when I see you have the wrong response, Sid, deal with this. People need to stop stealing. That's it. That takes time and it takes effort. I had to buy lights. I had to make the time available. I had to create that. So please stop stealing. And when it comes down to telling people no, you just have to really learn to say no and not feel guilty for saying no. I feel guilty very often. And then I have to sit down and I have to logically go through with myself the reason why I say no to certain things.
That's really good.
Yeah. So
That's really, really
so
good.
you have to know. You have to know, Marisha, and you have to respect yourself enough to say, listen, I am off work now, but on Monday morning at 9 a.m., if you would give me a call, here's my card.
10 a.m.
Yeah, see? Whatever the time is, 10 a.m. is correct.
They
Give you
like-
time to.
They call me before 10.
Correct.
And I tell them, no, y'all. No, don't call me before 10.
Yeah. You tell them when to contact you. And if they don't respect that, then, I don't know what else to say. But I found that when I say, listen, I'm okay. Thank you so much for checking. Like, I really appreciate you. But right now, I'm not in influencer mode. I'm really just here trying to buy.
Just trying to exist, man.
Yeah,
trying
I
to
just want to buy
be.
my ice cream and cheat on my
Yeah,
diet a little bit
exactly.
because I'm
And
having a rough day.
exactly. I just want to live.
I just want to live.
Let me live, man.
Let me live.
Gary Xavier Massa says, Bodine, I'm still watching and learning because I can't cook. So pray for me.
I say less. You on top of the prayer list. I tell people I don't pray often, but I'll pray for people.
Xavier Higgs says, this show is thebomb.com. Love me some Bodine.
Love you too, Xavier. That's Miss Pow Pow.
Yes, that's my girl Xavier. She's
Mhm.
amazing. Okay, so I have like this thing that I'm about to try and do.
Uh-huh.
Right. I can tell you a little bit more with me off air, and we don't have so many listening ears and watching eyes. But I have this thing that I'm working on that I want to do, and not necessarily a first of its kind, but I want it to be the first major of its kind.
Mhm.
And I know that there are so many other women that are out there who we have these babies, these projects, these things that we want to see happen, and we want to see it happen to influence masses.
Mhm.
And we really want to see, like real impact
Right.
in what we're doing. And there's so many opposing factors, so many things that come against what we're trying to do. In some cases, just being a woman
Yeah.
can have a major impact on just being seen and heard and like actually taken seriously.
Mhm.
And I think for me, my greatest hesitation has always been, but somebody else is doing it, so I don't want to do it because someone else is doing it, and I'm always afraid that the other person or people who are doing it are going to think,
You
oh,
copy.
I'm copying them, when the true, genuine desire and passion for the thing did not come because I saw you do what
Mhm.
you're doing. It's because I really just like this thing.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about it, mulling over it, and then I had one or two conversations with some people who just came up to me, and they randomly said to me, "Well, Marisha, you always do makeup so nice, so
Mhm.
I think you should do makeup.
Mhm.
And you just be dressed like you just always dress up so good, like you want to sell clothes." And I was
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
and and there are things that we allow people to project on us
Where
that
the prayer rag?
that
Oh, Jesus. Hold
that
on.
that aren't necessarily our truth,
Girl.
that aren't necessarily our truth, and sometimes it's
Like in the church.
yes,
Yeah.
when they throw things at you.
Yes. Go ahead.
Sometimes it skews what our passions should be.
Mhm.
So I've always, people who've known me, if you've known me all my life or just some of my life, I love fashion. I
Yes.
love to dress up. I love wearing those awkward, really large pieces that people would never wear because their
Yes.
bodies aren't big enough for it.
Yes.
But I also want to wear that really shiny blingy thing along with another really shiny blingy thing with fur and sequins that other people won't wear because they
course.
don't feel daring enough.
Right.
I'm that person. I allowed myself, I think, for a very long time to be influenced by people in reference to feeling like I had to tone it down or dial it
Yeah.
back or pull it back because I felt like I had to make other people feel comfortable around me.
I have to give you a
And,
different one.
and there were times when I would have allowed it to even deter me from going after things that I knew that eventually at some point in time in my life, I'm going to be doing this thing.
Right.
One of those things for me, believe it or not, was radio,
Wow.
because I would always end up doing remotes for Farm Fest back in the day.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. It was something like it just did something for me. Like I would be like a kid in a candy store
Right.
when Sister C or Sister Patrice would come and they give me the microphone and they're like, "So talk to us about Farm Fest." And I'd be like, "Yeah, so this is
Ready.
gonna happen," and that, and I'd just be ready, and I would just be like, you know what? At some point in time in my life, I have to do radio.
Yeah.
I went off to college and I told myself that I was gonna try hide when I went off to college.
Mhm.
And I did not take an opportunity when I was in college because somebody told me that when I went off to school, don't go over there taking over the people's place. Just, go get your education
Yes, it's small.
and sit small. So believe it or not, in my first year, the very first week on campus, I ran into the guy who was in charge of campus radio.
Mm-hmm.
He heard me speak and he was like, "You have the voice for radio. I need to get you on our campus radio station." And I said no.
Oh wow!
I was
Because you
like,
were thinking sit small.
Because somebody told me when I go off to school, sit small, go
Mhm.
get your education, don't get yourself involved in all kind of things. Because you know how you go, you just get involved in things and you just get busy and then you can get distracted
Mhm.
from your education. Now the crazy thing about it was 2 years into my education, and my college experience, I ended up still being pulled out, separated, and doing things for the college,
Mhm.
but I lost the radio opportunity.
Yeah,
It never came back.
and look at you.
And then I came home after a very traumatic experience that I won't go into on air. I
Right.
have already. People
Mhm.
people know. A lot of people know my story
Mhm.
about coming home, not wanting to come home, but I
Right.
came home. And looking for a job, can't find jobs because things.
Right.
When you educated, apparently it's hard to find jobs when
It
you're
is.
educated.
It's. Mhm.
So ended up in the office of the previous owner of Glory 93.9 FM,
Mhm.
interviewing to be a radio personality and
Mhm.
work in the office of Glory 93.9 FM.
Mhm.
That person ends up moving to the States, comes to our church, and then says, "We want to give you guys Glory 93.9 FM." And then I end up being the
Congratulations.
manager and the DJ of Glory 93.9 FM. And here's the crazy thing, Bodine. I would have been able to say I had 4 years of experience in radio
Mhm.
if I had said yes to the opportunity that presented itself when I was off to college. But I said no to it because I allowed some really smart person, some really brilliant individual to get into my head and tell me, "No, don't do this
Mhm.
because this is not the time," or whatever other excuses that people say, things that people say to deter us
Mhm.
from the things that we are truly passionate about.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it could have taken me
Mhm.
during that time. I believe that God does all things well,
Mhm.
but I like y'all who is lie to yourself. I believe sometimes we miss opportunities, and when
Yes.
they've been missed, they have been missed, and we just don't know what that could have
Yeah.
looked like and how it could have impacted our future
Yeah.
or where we are now or even our careers now.
Yeah.
For me, I think about it all the time. I think about the fact that I could have been in radio in Canada and
Yeah.
not in radio here.
Right.
I think about the fact that radio in Canada probably could have opened the doors for me to do what I want to do with my music, and I could have been in a totally different place in my life. I probably would have been married by now too with some children. And I think about all these things, but I realize that so many times we are passionate about things and we allow people to talk us
Out of it.
out of our passions. What's your experience with that? Has there been anything where you was like, "I'm gonna do this," and then you run into a dream killer?
Girl, how much time we have? Okay. All right. Two things. When it comes down to that sit small crew, because that's what I call them. I call them the
yeah.
sit small crew. They don't know specifically what the passion is or what the vision for your life is.
right.
So if you are in a place right now where the sit small crew tells you to just lessen yourself
Mm-hmm.
a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and they try to defer you from,
Yeah.
now notice my choice of words, defer,
Defer.
not
That's
stop,
really good.
defer you, whether intentional or otherwise,
Mhm.
from something that you are passionate about. Let me tell you something. It's easier for you to have to change directions than it is for you to deal with not knowing what will have happened or what could have happened.
That's really good.
Some people would tell you it's better to ask forgiveness than to ask for permission. So think about those exact same principles when it comes down to
That's
doing
awesome,
something you are
Bodine.
passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
I went to LW Young, which is school that I currently teach at.
Nice.
And thank you.
Mhm.
I went back. My heart is in LW Young.
Nice. That's so cool.
It's I have a litany of experiences.
I
So,
literally am across the wall from my alma
oh, for
mater.
real?
It's
Hi.
right there.
Oh, so you was here during assembly, eh?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. Our
Mhm.
principal's loud, all of them. But anyway, so I was in grade 9. I had the highest, I think it was the social studies PJC, but also I had 5 A's and 3 B's. Okay. Smart girl.
That's impressive.
Thank you. I came from Kingsway. I spent 1 year in L. End up
Mm.
getting top. Like I think that year I was like the second highest scoring student. If not within the top 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So when the people at LW Young, the teachers, because the smart children got to go to physics and chemistry.
Right.
I wanted to go to music.
Oh.
I wanted to go to music. I wanted to go to performing arts.
Wow.
So they put me in chemistry, physics, academic. I think it's called academic arts, eh? And I was only there for my first 3 months of grade 10. I got my scholarship, went back to Kingsway. Kingsway did not have a music program like the one at LW Young. For the 3 months that I was still in grade 10 at LW Young, I participated in the vocal ensemble. I was the
Okay.
one singing soprano because I had the highest pitch voice,
Wow.
asking everybody, y'all, what's my note? You know? I start in the song, but y'all, what's my note? I didn't get to get the formal dance training with Mr. Johnson.
Wow. Okay.
I sat with Synovia Pierre.
Nice.
She taught piano, if I'm not mistaken, and Mr. Thompson, he taught vocals.
Mm-hmm.
I was the happiest when I spent my lunchtime with my other colleagues in music.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to have had a structured music playing, like a structured instrument playing background. Because I couldn't do it in the time after school. There was just too many things as an oldest girl that I had to deal with. That's a different story.
Right.
So I went to Kingsway. We didn't have a music program like that. Okay. And I ended up in carpentry and joinery.
What?
I like to make things with my hands. I like to create things. I'm a creative person. So I went to I did because I
Y'all
didn't
see what I mean? I tell you that this woman don't do. She
Right.
just put one together and all.
my daddy was a carpenter too. So
Okay.
it made it easier. So
Okay.
I did accounts, carpentry and joinery, and graphical communications. I actually have a certificate in graphical communications. I enjoy that. That helps with sewing clothes and, making things and building things around the house. So in that Nike I have that I can't figure out. Anyway,
Right.
bam. Anyway, so that's the first thing that I can think of a dream deferred. I constantly think of, wow, I wonder where I could have been if I had been in the music program.
Wow,
You
that's
know,
powerful.
If I had learned to play, I like the drum. I think the drum for me is my favorite. I would have played a congo, a bongo. So you can imagine me singing and storytelling while playing my congo or my bongo drum
Nice.
or being able to rhythmically move.
Right.
Dancing is not something that comes naturally to me. So I have to be
You
trained.
fly.
No, I'm serious. It's not something that comes naturally. What you see on stage is me allowing my adrenaline to move me. But choreographed dancing, I can't learn. It doesn't stick. So you have to program the steps into me so
Interesting.
I could fall back on the basics in order to be able to do them.
Okay.
So that was the first thing. The second thing was when I got into teaching. I would have been further in my music career if when I got into teaching as a religious studies teacher, I did not listen to all of the people that made me afraid of losing my government job because I wanted to be on stage and singing. People would send veiled threats to me with my colleagues in the thing because they can't physically write it and put pen to paper because I didn't realize that in my youth that I wasn't doing anything wrong. Oh, general orders say this. Oh, your contract says that.
Wow.
Oh, look at her. So even promotions, I am extremely capable. Yes, I was annoying my first couple of years in teaching. I was annoying bad because I didn't need nobody to help me do anything. When you tried to shut down my program, the only person I had behind my back or at my back was my principal, Mr. Mullings.
Mhm.
But some of the senior personnel really made it difficult. They
Wow.
broke me down for the way that I dressed. I'm a creative, so I'm gonna dress
Like a
like a
creative?
creative.
Yeah.
Okay. I had fives on my ACRs, but that dream to perform music when I actually started to work, it made it so difficult to continue in music because people
Wow.
put these expectations
Yes,
on you
yes, yes. And
and
limits.
and limits. I'm also happy that now we're in a place where, especially as you mature,
Mhm.
we're in a place where you have more conversations about what women can and should be.
Mm.
We unfortunately have been taught that in order to be accepted and to be respectable, you must be this and you must be that. The thing is, women and men must be what they are.
Exactly.
What you are is what you are.
Exactly.
And if this is not something that somebody is willing to accept, you should not make yourself smaller
That's really good.
in order to accommodate those people. So I put limits on myself based on me wanting to get married.
Yes. Yes.
And I was unhappy.
Wow.
They married somebody else twice. And I was unhappy.
I gotta drink some water.
I mean, y'all want this a girl talk, right?
Mhm.
If you find that there's something that you are passionate about and people are trying to limit you based on what their expectations of what your behavior or your presentation should be, you
Mhm.
need to reconsider that because that is going to be toxic. I tell people all of the time, abuse ain't people hitting you, you know. Abuse is when you have something that you were made to do, you have a purpose, and somebody puts you outside of alignment with your passion and your purpose, and you doing
Oh my
something
gosh,
else,
Bodine, you just
you
said
are being
something.
abused.
Wow.
So I want you, now listen, I don't want anybody to mistake my words. Physical abuse is abuse.
Yes, it
Emotional
is.
abuse is abuse.
It is.
Physical abuse is abuse.
It is.
They are all abuse. But when you are in a place where you are not pursuing your passion, pursuing your purpose, and you are going down a completely different line, you are in a place where you are being abused because you are not being put to the use for which you are purposed.
Wow. You better preach in here today.
I serious though.
I know you are.
And so I found that when I actually stood up for myself against the Sit Small crew,
Yes.
when somebody hit me so hard,
Mm.
let me tell you something. I had a scholarship from the OAS for educational technology. The person did not send my application to the people that was waiting to approve the application from one ministry or one department to the next. Essentially, that person who did not send that application made the decision that I could not go.
Wow.
And so the time and the window that I needed to make preparations and to have the approval that I needed to be able to go and to be able to live as an adult woman with my salary in a foreign country while pursuing a degree that would assist the Commonwealth of the Bahamas at large, that was shut down. And I said, okay. I said, you know what, God? I tried.
Wow.
I said, you know what, God? I tried.
Wow.
But these people clearly don't understand the purpose for which I have been born.
Right, right.
So now I got to release the Kraken.
Wow.
And I realized that my place was not in gospel. I tried. Everybody would say, oh, you know, you grow up in church, you're supposed to be doing gospel music. I said, no, I am made for culture.
Wow.
Some people don't understand that. They think that there's only one way for you to exist in your purpose.
You know, I'm so glad that you said that because it was so crazy. A message from Bishop Danza was actually just playing just before we came on air.
Mhm.
And he was talking about the fact that when persons become believers, we expect them to change and transform to look like what believers look like. And then he made an example of the fact that there are some police officers that don't look like police officers because it is their job to fit in to the environment that they're trying to save and to conquer and take over. And a lot of times I feel like we put what it means to be a kingdom citizen in a box where it has to look, especially for us like women, with our dress from our neck to our ankles, and we save, and we only is sing Jesus music, and we only is go to church, and we don't go to the picture show and to the beach with the opposite sex, or I guess in 2021 you got to say the same sex now
With
to-
whoever you
with
interested
whoever
in.
you interested in,
Whoever you attracted to.
if they are they, them, us, we, it,
Whomever.
she, her,
Yes.
whatever.
Mhm.
So I think a lot of times we forget that we're supposed to be salt and light.
There you
And
go.
salt is necessary because when your food ain't got no salt, it tastes
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, and you lower the nutritional value
Exactly.
and the ability for it to be preserved.
Come on.
Okay then.
Okay.
Okay then.
So I'm so glad that you said that. And we talked about it last week too with Wendy, because Wendy and I grew up in Temple Christian.
Mhm.
We grew up on this wall in the back here.
Yes, ma'am.
And I mean, if people saw Wendy and I and Temple Christian together, they probably figure, well, how Wendy get doing what she doing and Marisha doing what she doing. And it's because Wendy is doing what she's been gifted and called to do.
Wendy
Bodine
will
is
tell you
doing-
she is decorated for it. I will never forget the interview.
Yes,
that we had.
yes.
Wendy says, I was decorated for this. Wendy's story had her come out of college she could not go to
Exactly.
and pay for. And then she followed her passion and her
Exactly.
purpose. She stopped abusing what
That's
people
so
expected her to be.
good.
And she went into that program and all of her needs plus more was met. She left with a refund. They owed her money. And that's what
crazy.
happens when you walk in purpose. So even sometimes people that are in the church who do not understand and do not see the vision that is set on your life, they don't get it. And they try to put you in this little space and you
Wow.
are trying to live according to your purpose.
Passion is passion and
It's-
purpose is purpose.
This is what I'm trying to say to people. So once you get to that state where you understand, this is what I was born
I
to
love
do.
it.
This is
love
what
it.
I was born to do. Your conscience is clear.
I love it.
And on my wall, there's this one scripture. This one scripture. If there's one scripture I keep, it's this one scripture.
Mhm.
Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly.
Wow.
Those are the three things. If I had a motto,
Mhm.
that would be my motto. You know why? Because I constantly remind myself that whatever I do, I have to be just. Wherever it is I go,
Mhm.
when you are a king or a queen, you are elevated without you even having to say anything.
Say that, Bodine.
Okay? So once I walk humbly,
Mhm.
there's elevation that comes along with that. Okay?
Mhm.
When it says love mercy, you have to remember you need to be kind to people.
It's so good.
Sometimes you even have to be kind to people that sit down there and they intentionally try to hinder you.
Hmm.
Yes, there's a time for battle, but sometimes the strategy is be kind. And you ain't doing it to get kindness back, You're doing it for you.
Hmm.
You're doing it for you. You know why you're doing it for you? Because if you sit down there and you let the anger that comes along
Yes.
with
yes.
being
yes.
held back
Yes.
by people intentionally, just because they can, just because they want to exert their power over what it is that you do, because they have it, they ain't gonna have it forever and they ain't gonna be there forever. Be kind.
Really good.
You don't want nobody to say of you, oh, and there's something I had to learn. You don't want nobody to say of you, oh, you see this? And have a whole email or have a whole video rant, or you just going off, you blowing up. You don't want them to have that. You want them to have, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
And then you go, and if you have to write it in a journal, if you write it inside a piece of paper and you have your little jar where you put the things that make you mad or the things that hurt you or whatever,
That's
wherever it is that
It's
you put it,
good.
you stick all of that inside your own little jar in your private place. You talk to Jesus, however it is that you cope with your disappointment, you do that. I can tell you personally, I can attest that those same people
Wow.
had to come back and pay me double for when they
You're
tried to
saying this,
hinder me.
ma'am. You are saying this.
Because we need to understand that even with being passionately paid, because
Hmm.
that's the theme for the day,
Yes.
being passionately paid sometimes means that you have to let go of opportunities that people try to hold back from you. Let it go.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the longer you let it go, the bigger that opportunity is going to be for me when it reach. You just
Wow.
thank you
I feel
so
like
much.
you just shared my life.
Yeah,
Wow.
we know this. So, yes, you could have been father.
Could have
Yes,
been.
we don't know
You just
where
don't
you could have
know.
been. And you still here.
Still
And there's
here.
still the possibility of you
Yes.
going wherever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to stop even putting age limitations on myself.
Now that is something that I'm learning. And
Mhm.
if I tell you the truth, I didn't really start to feel age until I hit 30. Before that, I was living my best life.
Okay, then.
It's all of a sudden it was like when 30 came, I was like, wow, I'm 30.
Yeah.
And 30 is here.
You know,
Before that, I was like, living my best life.
Okay.
I was like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, and then it's like 30. Wait, no,
Mhm.
some things have happened. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're 30.
Yep.
And then weird. I just had one of the ministers from my church, one of the fellow ministers. She just walked up to me after church one Sunday, and she just said to me, she said, "I knew you was talking about how you had these plans drawn up for your home, and you had an architect do it." And she's like, "But I haven't heard you talk about it
Yeah.
a lot lately." And she's like, "And I know you've been delaying it, and I know you've been waiting to see when this man can show up, and
Yeah.
then y'all go move into this house together."
Mhm.
She said, "But no, but the Lord says, go do it, go build your house.
Yeah. Do that.
Go and do it." And I remember standing there thinking to myself, so like I can build my house for myself. And it's so crazy that sometimes it's not always people.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's the ideal
Yes.
in your mind that's deterring you
Yes.
from the thing that God has purposed you and called you to do. Something that it doesn't necessarily have to be the situation like, mine was like a house. It could it could be this amazing idea that you have,
Yeah.
but you've talked yourself out of it because there's an ideal in your mind that says that you have to be at a certain place,
Mhm.
or you have to be with a certain individual, or you have to have a certain amount of money,
Yeah.
or you have to look a certain way, or you have to act a certain way, or you have to be in a certain room or class or level or whatever in order to accomplish this thing. A lot of times we talk ourselves out of being passionately paid because we tell ourselves, this is what I think in my mind it's supposed to look like. And when it doesn't look that way, then all of a sudden we're like, oh, well, no, I can't do it because it don't look the way that.
Yeah, the same what I had in mind.
Right.
But when you sit down and you look at it, there's a meme that I saw. You ask God for a cake and he give you butter, he give you milk, he give you eggs, he give you flour, he give you sugar, and he give you vanilla, but you still looking for the cake. You have a whole oven and a baking pan.
Oven.
You have an oven and a baking pan. You have everything there. Put it together. You get the cake. That's what it is. But we expecting the cake to come with icing and frosting and things like that.
A friend of mine sent me this message that he preached on Sunday. He said, we ask God to order our steps, but you can't stay still. If you want him to do the ordering, you got to move.
Where the leaf is?
You gotta move.
I can
you
show
can't
the whole thing at you.
You can't say order my steps and you standing still.
Yep.
That steps mean you got to be making some sort of forward movement. I think for so many of us, we wonder why we feel like our passions are dying, our dreams are failing, and we feel like we're just existing.
Yeah.
It's because we're not moving forward.
Yes.
We're standing still.
Well, I probably ain't married because I ain't gone out and date.
Oh,
I always in my house.
Mom.
Just so he would say you want him to break in the window.
I could say to you, like a man of God say to me, he's not coming to your house. He's not going to knock on your door, and he's not going to say, I am.
Well, let me tell you what I did.
The one
I finally decided.
You've waited for.
I know, right? I finally decided. Right. I finally decided. I said, you know what, Bodine, you're actually going to, and it's making me nervous. It's making me nervous.
You're gonna go outside your house, man.
I can go outside my house, and I'm going to intentionally attend by myself in most cases social activities. Just things that I enjoy doing, like rock climbing, or kayaking.
Okay.
You
can do it by yourself.
I can do it by myself.
Okay.
Because I figure that at some point I will get out of this hole. I'm afraid to be around people. And then maybe I'll get into a space where there are like-minded people, and then there'll be a connection somewhere through there. Maybe, but I can't be in the house. I'm always in the house. But to your point, about moving, okay,
Yes.
all fun and jokes aside,
Yes.
further to your point about moving, I am a testament to the fact that I remember I wanted to do this event. I had nothing but the talent that I provided and a script.
Wow.
And I called up friends and I said, hey, I want to do this. And then I took my deposit to the place,
Mm-hmm.
the very first one. And when I paid the deposit,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, things started to move. We had rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we ain't had no big decorations, but we had a small group of maybe like 40 people that purchased tickets.
Wow.
I didn't break even.
Okay.
I was at a loss.
Okay.
I make no profit.
Right.
But it happened. The second time we did the event, I started off with a little bit more money.
Right.
Okay. There was 100 people
Wow.
to the second event.
Nice.
And we sold tickets, same group of people. We set it up. I still had a loss.
Okay.
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 The third time we sold tickets, we had ads on ZNS. We had ads all over the place
Right.
that I was able to secure.
Mm-hmm.
We had a community of artists that
Mhm.
had booths for the cultural village.
Nice.
They only paid a nominal fee just to set up there because they were one of the features.
Mm-hmm.
We had a fully stocked bar.
Mm-hmm.
We had food
Mm-hmm.
by Butler Pass.
Mm-hmm.
We had 300 people.
Nice.
We had a full band.
Nice.
We had a full production. We had full
Nice.
costumes. Beautiful location. Photo opportunities.
Nice.
I broke even.
Ah.
Even with one of the sponsors pulling out. I make no money,
But you broke even.
but I broke even. Okay?
Nice.
So I'm saying that to say, if you look, we started with 50, moved to 100,
It's really good.
then you got to 300. Sometimes it ain't what it look like. It ain't what you expecting. But when you start to
I
put
love it.
one foot in front of the other, you're going to see growth. The only way you will see growth and you will see movement in all of its uncomfortable beauty
Mhm.
is if you start moving. Yes, sometimes those movements will cause you to take a loss.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the capital that you would have got with building the brand, the capital that you would have got with the network of people that are impressed with what you are able
Yes.
to do,
Yes.
that is what the value is in. So sometimes you set out to make money, you ain't gonna make money. But what you
Mm.
do is you build your face and brand capital. So when you go
That's
in now
good.
for money,
That's really good.
when you go in now for money, the money can come.
Yes.
But again, it's going to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Sometimes it's going to be a loss.
Yes.
But if you continue to move, you're going to see growth. And that's what growth is. Growth is uncomfortable.
Something that God has been teaching me lately. We have this passage of scripture that at church that we quote all the time. It's Psalm 1 and 3. It says,
Mhm.
"And I shall be like a tree
Planted by the rivers of water."
Right. And there was this moment that I had in my life where the Lord showed me how my life was literally like a tree. And He
Mhm.
asked me, He said, "Are you going to be the tree that chooses the leaves that it sheds during the season of fall? Or are
Wow.
you going to make me bring you to a place of shedding?"
Mm-hmm.
He says,
Wow.
in the makeup of a tree, the tree establishes,
Mhm.
okay, now it's time
Mm-hmm.
for the leaves to fall.
Yes.
And the tree sheds its leaves.
Mhm.
And then you have instances where hurricanes and storms come and
they
it
shake.
forces the tree to shed its leaves. So he says, are you going to go through fall?
Mhm.
Or you going to hold on to these leaves till summer reach?
Mhm.
And come into fall and you can you can let the hurricane take the leaves and
Let me tell you something. And about the tree. When the tree holds on to its leaves longer than it's supposed to, the tree actually poisons itself.
Exactly.
Okay, then. Go
exactly.
ahead. Mhm.
So he said to me, are you going to choose the things to shed or are you going to make me strip you? And then he took me to the scripture about the vine and the vine presser,
Mm-hmm.
and how there is this stripping away that causes the vine to produce the
More.
right kind of grapes
Mm-hmm.
in the right amount.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down one day and I said, "So God, are you saying to me that every season there's supposed to be a shedding?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So there are some things that you leave behind.
Yep.
When you are going after the thing, the reason, the whatever it is that God has called you to be, your purpose, when you're going after the things that you are passionate about, expect there to be loss and be mature enough to make the decision of whatever it is, the thing is that you're going to let go. For somebody like me, I had to let go of my ideals.
Mm.
That's what I had to
That's a
shed
heavy
in
one.
this last fall season for me.
Mm-hmm.
I let go of my ideals. So I erased what I think my path should look like.
Yeah.
And I said yes to the ups and downs, the noise and the quiet,
Yeah.
the highs and the lows of what this journey that's ahead of me really means.
Yeah.
I said yes to the fact that there are some times I'm still going to have to do it for free before I get paid for it,
Yes.
because we just came out of a pandemic.
Yes.
And so there are some people that you need to reach
Yeah.
who will be able to pay you at the event that you have to do it for free.
There you go.
And so I said to myself, you're going to have to know what to pick up
And what to leave.
and what to leave.
Mhm.
You're going to have to know what to let feed off of you, because you need to give it its nutrients
Right.
that's going to benefit you in the long run.
Mhm.
And then you need to be able to say no
Yeah.
to that little bird who's been sitting up on your highest branch
Yeah.
for too long, who
Picking
ain't
at your
kicked them babies out the nest yet.
Correct.
Some people that you got to let go. And he said to me, but most of all, understand this: when it's your season, make sure that you put forth good fruit.
There you go. And that's what it's about.
Good fruit. And what I regret
Mm-hmm.
is hiding my good fruit because I thought it would make somebody else feel uncomfortable.
Oh, Lord. And you said a whole mouthful, you know. You can't, in this day and age, you can't sit down there and hide your fruit because it'll
No.
make somebody uncomfortable. Put your fruit out there. You had, said there's this fear of doing something that somebody else is doing.
Yes.
And you had the idea of doing it a long time.
Exactly.
That's something I'm very familiar with.
Hmm.
People come out with it after because I let it sit too long. But I could tell you, like people say, you got 300 billion brands of bread, wheat,
Hmm.
white, rye,
People
sourdough,
always gonna eat bread.
Hawaiian rolls, Subway rolls, whatever rolls. They always gonna eat bread. And when it's time to eat bread, everybody know what they like and what they
Exactly.
don't like. Bake your bread. Your
Be
fruit,
somebody's option.
yeah, be
And
somebody's option
preference.
and preference, because you ain't for everybody. And that $20 loaf of bread, guess what? That could sell.
It
The same
will.
way the $2 loaf could sell, the $20 loaf could sell,
It
because there's a
will.
market for that.
Exactly.
There's a market for that. You just differentiate yourself in the market. Sell your fruit. Make your fruit available.
That's so good.
Make them available.
Yes.
Because people like different types of fruit. Some people want the dry peach.
Some people like hairy mango. I don't know how y'all do it.
I don't know, because I got to put it through the strainer.
People love it though.
Yeah, because they like the sensation of eating it. But if that's what you like, sweetie, I love it. If that's for you,
Do you?
I
boo?
love that for you.
Do
It
you?
ain't for me.
It's not for me because I be picking them out my teeth all day.
And I had braces, so I know.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. But
Yeah.
sweetie, if that's what you like, I will bring you a
Wow.
whole bag. You want a
Hey.
bag? You want a basket? I got hairy mango for you.
Mhm.
That's
You
it.
straight.
You straight. You straight.
Yeah.
So, further to your tree epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why for the symbol for the eye in my name is a coconut tree. It is a tree that is planted by water.
Wow.
Definitely bears its fruits in season.
Yes.
Its season is year long.
Nice.
When you sit down, you think about a coconut.
Yeah.
Do you ever see a bearing coconut tree without coconut?
It's always there.
And even when that bearing season for that coconut tree has ended and all of the coconuts drop and it doesn't bear anymore, you have trees or little coconut trees at the foot of that coconut tree
Yes.
that are there. If you pull that coconut tree up at the root, that coconut tree continues to nourish anything else in that immediate area.
Oh, that's so good, Bodine.
Then turn around and you can make products from that coconut tree. You can create mulch,
Yes.
straw bag, straw hat
Yes.
from the coconut itself. Even when the coconut dry, you can turn around. You can make coconut oil,
Mm-hmm.
coconut flour.
Yes.
You get a young coconut. You have coconut jelly. You can do anything with the
You better
coconut.
preach this coconut.
So
Mm.
it's the reason why I call myself the coconut goddess.
Wow.
Okay, then. So I took from that that there are so many different jobs and purposes for you, for me. And your fruit are important because coconut water is given to somebody that is in need of electrolytes.
Yes, it is.
In hard times during war, they would give people coconut water on drip
Yes.
to make sure that they live. It's
I have low
sustained.
blood pressure. I drink coconut water
It's
when my
life
blood pressure
water.
is low. Yeah.
So when I
Mhm.
look at myself, I said,
Mhm.
Bodine, you are a coconut.
Wow.
You are a coconut. You are a coconut tree. Your job is to be able to provide and replenish and to encourage people.
I
So
love that.
my community is called the Coconut Kingdom.
Nice.
You know how Ariana Grande fans have the Arianators and
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, she has the little monsters. Beyonce
Yep.
has the beehive. I have the Coconut Kingdom.
Okay.
Okay. I want to call the people coconuts. That's fine. Y'all to be my coconuts. Because I believe that everything that you are can be, something that people can benefit from, but it should
Yeah.
also benefit you.
Yeah, that's really good.
In addition to that, I am in a space now where I realize that I have to do more work in terms of talent development and philanthropy. I don't know how it can happen, but I always tell people, I say, I don't have
It will
money.
happen.
I don't have money yet.
It will
But
happen.
you call me, and if I'm able to do by providing talent, by making a connection that you could not make on your
Yeah.
own because there's
Mhm.
value in that, by being able to give you access to something that I have,
Yes.
then I will do that.
Nice.
And
I
that's
love
my way.
it.
Because we tend to look at philanthropy and we think, oh my goodness, she give me couple $1,000. I ain't got couple $1,000. I ain't have
No,
it. I ain't
no.
got it. I ain't got it.
No, but what I could do is I could take you on this little job with me, and you could come and sit next to me, and you could.
I
come
could show you
learn.
how to do this.
Yeah.
I can train you.
Yeah.
As somebody
really
with
good.
this experience, I can train
Yeah.
you. I can provide you with a few little bits of
Mm.
information that
I
you don't
love
have to
it.
pay for.
Yeah.
And so we have to stop looking at a lot of things in monetary value and look at it in human value.
Yes.
What it is that a human can benefit from.
Yeah.
And that essentially is me. I want to empower people.
Yeah.
As somebody that has been ridiculed, broken down, who has had missteps, who makes missteps from time to time,
Yeah,
I want
we
to be
all
able to
do,
share
yeah.
those experiences with people. I want people to see how I struggle with putting on weight at 217 pounds and not losing it because I don't feel good in my body, but losing it because I am not able to sustain this weight on my bones and I want to remain functional.
That's
I won't
really
be cute.
good.
I won't
Yeah.
be cute,
Mhm.
mind you. And I could be cute at any size.
Right.
But losing weight for me is more of a functionality
That's
situation,
good. That's good.
especially going to my 40s.
Yes.
Being able to teach women that you need to go and take care of yourself.
Yes.
You need to go and see your doctor
Yes.
every year, sometimes twice a year.
yes,
You have
yes.
things that you need to do. That's what I want to do with my community. And I want people to be able to express themselves as they actually are without judgment
I love it.
in my space. That's what my Coconut Kingdom is about.
I love it. Michelle Johnson says, "This is good, Marisha. Don't let no one defer your purpose."
Bam.
Kendiria says, "Man, talk about it. If it ain't praying, preaching, or singing, it ain't of God."
Woo,
That's
child.
something, right? Raquel says, "How I log on here and done get all kind of word."
I love it.
My God.
Listen,
Who's this? I don't know how to pronounce this name. Kayella? Is that it? Kayella? I think
Mhm.
so. God didn't make it a conference call.
Woo!
We want what we
Mhm.
want is already done,
That's it.
like a cake,
The end.
and everyone to approve it.
Woo!
Raquel says every season there is shedding. Man,
Mhm.
where are the clipping fingers?
Yes, that's
Come
it.
on, coconut tree. Come on, coconut tree. Listen, Bodine, this has been so refreshing. This conversation. You have motivated me. You inspire me. I am inspired by you. You are an amazing woman. And I'm just honored that we've had this opportunity to talk. I can't believe that it's after 6. I don't know where the time gone.
I know what happened. I'm very comfortable around you, and I'm so grateful for that. And you are such an excellent host.
Oh,
My
thank you.
my earring poking into
Oh,
the
yeah,
back of my ears.
understood,
Yeah,
understood.
yeah. You're an excellent host.
Thank
It was
you.
very easy talking to you. I didn't have to
Aw.
lead the conversation, which sometimes you just have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to do with
It's be awkward sometimes.
it's be awkward.
Leading for people.
You're
Thank
right.
you. Thank
And
you very
you
much.
made it very easy, and your spirit, your energy is very welcoming. And
Aw.
because
Yeah.
sometimes I'd have to give you the official, hey,
Yeah, all right, okay, yeah.
yeah, it's really
Have a
nice.
good evening.
Yeah, you could have get some generic answers.
Yes.
Ooh,
I
oh,
so appreciate your transparency and your honesty. And you definitely got to come back.
call me.
We got to come back.
It's the summertime. Call me.
So, this what we do on
Mhm.
Girl Talk to end
Uh-huh.
our show.
Uh-huh.
Just talk about things.
That's it.
Girly things.
Girly things.
Girly things. So I do have an amazing sponsor. And what I did today was I walked into my sponsor store today in a dress and decided I was gonna go get dressed in
That's
my
it.
sponsor store today.
I love it.
So before I get into our fit of the week and all these other things we're sitting on here would look so cute.
Mhm.
My outfit today is brought to you by the Catwalk Boutique right there
We love
on
the
Robinson
Catwalk
Road, right
Boutique.
there, on the Hellron Plaza. Check out my girl Gia. You can get this ensemble that I have on today. It is in sizes small. Oh, actually, no, the small gone. So medium to 1X because I took the 2.
Mhm.
It's still left, and they actually have it in gray and black, I think, too, or white and black.
Mhm.
The camouflage. Listen, y'all, this thing is so comfortable. It feels so good. Oh my gosh, it feels so nice. And I got this necklace from them in a mall.
Wow.
This when I saw this, and I said to Gia, this was purchased just for me.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. And then I had on some studs today, and she's like, no, you need hoops. And so she put these hoops in my ears today. So I'm literally dressed from the Catwalk Boutique today. So y'all gotta check out my girl Gia. Listen to me, you won't be disappointed. But let's talk about this fit of the week. This cute thing here.
Mhm.
This cute little situation over here. Now, for those of you who are on Facebook, you can't see it out polka dots. For those of you who listening on radio, you can't see nothing. I apologize. But this is a white, a yellow and white polka dot. One size fits most, y'all,
Mhm.
because there's no such thing as fit all.
Right.
Because some of us, we a little bit more pleasantly plump than others.
Mm.
And so this is a one size fits most. But listen to me, this material is so breathable, so nice, so lovely. You can check out Gia for this dress. She has some really nice, cute hats and straw hats and fedoras that are in for that cute little casual island getaway because everybody going to the island these days.
Yes.
Independence is coming up. This is a nice little Independence outfit. This is super cute. And then these earrings that she gave me to go with this. Can we talk about these earrings?
Oh, they cute.
Gosh, they are so cute. These are nice.
They monstera leaves. They white.
These are nice.
White
And they're like
sequin.
sequency
Monstera leaves.
and these are really, really gorgeous. And it goes perfect with this dress. And then she gave me some stuff for Independence because Independence Morning is coming up really soon. So y'all, some nice, cute aqua tassel earrings. This actually look like the little Versace situation to the top here, the little Versace lion
Yes.
thing. And it is so, oh my gosh, listen, so fabulous. And now everybody wearing these belts. I'm so glad that this don't have the fake GG on it.
Yes, Jesus.
But these are these belts are so cute. I'm wearing I have like one of these in lots of colors. Y'all don't judge me. But they're so comfortable. They are so comfortable because unlike those like stretchy belts that like cut off your circulation, the plastic belts they breathe and they're much more comfortable to wear on your waist. Listen to me, these belts are super cute. She has them in clear and she has it one in a bright yellow. It's super cute, really nice.
It's a aqua. She's on the aqua
With the
perspex. Yes,
these
and then it
pearls
has
on
like two C's and the
Right,
pearls and the
gold
pearls.
buckle is
Yes,
nice. It's
it's
so cute.
gorgeous.
It's super cute.
You can put it on that romper.
Yes, I put that
Yeah,
on that. That'll be
look
so
like
cute.
independence. Uh-huh.
And then this last piece that I told her I have to have,
Mm.
and she got more than one of these.
Okay.
So I gotta let y'all know. But like your earrings, this part is different on every piece.
Mhm.
Okay. So this necklace here, oh y'all, I doing a bad camera job. I apologize. Okay, here we go. This necklace, oh my gosh, look at that pendant. Look at that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
This is so pretty. It's so pretty. It's just really pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So this there has some wooden beads coming down here. And you know, like how sometimes wooden beads have like that little clinky.
Hmm.
These are not clinky. So they have like a little coating on it that stops it from being clinky. And then I'm loving the leather. The leather on the top here. My necklace has leather on it too. The leather, actually, I don't know if you've experienced this, Bodine. It's much better for your skin than that nasty metal what people sometimes put on costume
Listen,
jewelry. The leather is much more comfortable on
It
your skin. It
is.
doesn't irritate.
hmm
So you can get this necklace. This one is $36. There's more than one there. Check out my girl Gia at the Catwalk Boutique. You will not be disappointed. And y'all forgive me because I do this every week. There have been 4 women in particular who keep asking me, but this one lipstick that I always just wear. She said, "Where you get this lipstick from?" I got it from my girl Natalia Eye Candy Makeup Store. It is from the Black Opal brand. I do not remember the name. Please forgive me.
I'm supposed to know the name of that,
I'm supposed to know.
and I can't remember either. And I
It's
know
big.
exactly what shade it is. I know exactly which one.
I have like 3 tubes of it. I
And
have one at home, one in
yeah.
the car, and one in my bag.
This is signature color.
Exactly.
And the thing is, I've been looking at it, and it's been matte the whole day.
Listen,
It ain't move.
This
It ain't
is-
move.
my lipstick,
Mhm.
it don't move.
That's it. Because you know your things. You know the good.
I know. I
things.
know it.
That's
I
it.
know it. So y'all listen, this is what girls do when we get together, y'all. We talk about things. This is what we do. I have so enjoyed you, Bodine. Oh
Thank you
my
for having me.
goodness. We could definitely get you back. I want to release the blessings of the Lord over you. Blessings to everything that you put your hands to. And know that you are a light.
Thank you.
You are a light and you are inspiring women. You don't even know that the women that you're inspiring. So be encouraged. And to all of you out there who listened to today's conversation, so many of you have commented, have said how this show was what you needed. Do us a favor and like and share the show.
Please.
Please. I don't say that enough because I just ain't used to it yet. Y'all forgive me. So like and share the show. My faces, like homeboys say, my faces. Like and share the show. We got to get out of here. Listen, find your tribe. Get you some good girlfriends. You need to get you some friends who are going to be the shoulder for you to lean on, who can be the iron to sharpen iron, who can really push you into your purpose, into your destiny, who can help you along the way. And while you looking for her, don't forget to be her. Don't forget to be that girl who is that support system for somebody else, who can be that shoulder that somebody else can cry on and lean on, who can be the iron that sharpens iron, and who can be the person to push somebody into their purpose. You never know what you could do for somebody else if you choose to be intentional. So get you some good girlfriends. You need them. This is your girl, Marisha. This has been the
Bodine
beautiful.
Victoria.
And it's been another episode of Girl Talk. We love y'all. We're going to see y'all next week. Oh my gosh, how could I forget to do this? Please forgive me. Coming up next week on Girl Talk. I forgot to do this last week and I got fussed out. Next week, I'm so excited. Ayanthia is going to be here.
Oh, yes.
Listen to me. It's going to be literally lit in here.
Lit fluential.
Yes, we're going to be talking about being influential. So I'm excited, super excited about that show. It's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it. And then we're going to switch it up a little bit. It's still a hot girl talk summer. We ain't lose our hotness. But listen, I'm going to bring a young lady into studio the following week, July 15th, who many of you may not know, but listen to me, she is a powerhouse and she has an amazing story. Her name is Pastor Joyne Gibson. And we're going to be talking about Girl Get Up, and we're going to be addressing depression in women. So you do not want to miss that show. And then, of course, coming up on the 22nd of July, we're going to be talking with my girl, Raquel Ramins. She just recently released a book. It's called Affirm Her. And y'all, we're going to spend some time affirming one another as sisters, as women, because we don't always do it. we could do a better job with affirming one another. So that's what's coming up here on Girl Talk. So now we signing off for real. We got to do it again. This has been your girl, Marisha.
I'm Bodine Victoria.
Thank you so much for tuning into Girl Talk, y'all. We'll see y'all next week, same time, same place. Talk to y'all later.
Find a tribe.